What's up, nerds? Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block, NGR's Nintendo show. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Derrick, and alongside me, as always, that beautiful, beautiful mushroom man, star power, Edward Varnell. I was trying to think of some Mario puns.
Yes, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild. I am almost to hook my Wii up and really dig into that game. Once I get the Master Sword, I'm planning to finish this game. I'm so ready to have this discussion. Mass Effect is getting kind of so I need a cleanser and I need to just dive in back into the world of Breath of the Wild. But hello everybody, welcome.
That's not our thing, that's NVC's thing.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry. Man, and it's been a busy week and it's only Monday.
It's been a busy Monday.
Yeah, it's been a busy Monday. So we didn't have a show last week. We had the Tuesday show last week, but we didn't get the Friday show up. But that's because Ed and I, along with our fellow NGR mates, today we launched a bunch of new shows and reformatted a few shows. So that's kind of what we were doing last week, towards the end of last week. And Ed, we have a new format for Arsenal X.
Yes.
We gave Nerds Gone Platinum to Moose.
Yes.
And so if you're watching the video stuff, basically what's going to happen is Pow Block's going to be broken up daily on YouTube, but the audio version will still come out on Tuesday and Friday. We're just making it easier for our YouTube watchers and subscribers to consume the content. So basically, the way I work the schedule out in my head is daily, Monday through Thursday. Each show is going to be broken up into 4 videos. So about 4 20-ish minute videos, which is kind of what we were aiming at for Arsenal X and Nerds Gone Platinum anyway.
Yes.
So at 10 a.m. is going to be NGR Radio. 11 a.m. Pow Block. 12 a.m. or 12 p.m. I guess I should say 12 p.m. Arsenal X. And then at 1 is Nerds Gone Platinum. So every hour in the morning, roughly. I kind of space it out that way because we do have West Coast listeners. And that way, like when they're awake and going to work and stuff, all the content's pretty much rolled out. And if you're waking up late on the East Coast, you'll have stuff to watch. So that's the plan. And since Pow Block comes out twice a week, Friday, we're going to start dedicating a segment to reader for the Friday show, or reader mail. So if you have questions and stuff for us, look for those places on social media. I'm creating a email for people to send their questions to for all the podcasts. So when that's done, I'll obviously have that up and going. So.
We have so give us questions so that we can pow them.
So that's the thing. So Mondays for Pow Block is going to be the listener questions for the video version, but you'll get those listener questions on Friday if you're listening to the audio version. So nothing's really going to change there. So just wanted to break everything down for everybody. That's the schedule we're looking at, and then full episodes of all the shows will go up on Friday. So yes, and I think Friday. Yes. So yes. Okay. Full video episodes, I should say. The audio is still going to come out on Tuesday and Friday for Pow Block. So there. Yeah. Okay. Ed.
Yes.
Time to dive into Pow Block.
Yes.
I'm excited.
I'm super excited.
I've been playing ARMS and I've been playing the Zelda DLC, and I didn't realize that the Majora's Mask and the Phantom suit from
Spirit Tracks.
Yeah.
Hourglass, Phantom Hourglass.
Hourglass, yeah. And like all that stuff is tied to DLC, not the amiibo. So I'm super excited. I still need to track down a Majora's Mask amiibo, and I still need to track down the Skyward Sword amiibo. But other than that, like, I can just go do the side quests and get the stuff. So
Awesome.
I'm really excited about that. I played a little bit. I'm currently hunting down Majora's Mask, so that's kind of where I'm at in the Zelda DLC. Enjoying the side quests. I'm not gonna lie. I missed Zelda, man. I missed it.
It's so funny that people complained about the DLC, and some people weren't sold on it, but they still bought it. A lot of people are digging it. It's like it's been a resurgence of it. So I mean, people are still continuing to play it, and they're still finding stuff that they didn't even know that was in the game. That's not even connected to the DLC.
Yeah, I know, right? And like, people are still like finding Switches and finding Zelda who didn't own a Wii U. So like that game has continued to remain relevant in the conversation.
Yes.
Because Switches are hard to find. I mean, they're getting easier, but they're still pretty hard to find.
Right.
People didn't own a Wii U, so they're not going to go buy a Wii U to play Zelda if they can buy a Switch and get Zelda. And the DLC is just, it's a lot better than I expected this first one to be. I expect the second one to be amazing, but like this first one, I was like, I'm going to do the trials and kind of make my way through it and whatever. But man, Zelda's so good.
This hard mode, people are just like, oh yeah, it brought me back. Like people aren't even doing the master quest, like the hard mode, and they are digging it and just like, this might be challenging, and I'm up for it. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign.
Yeah, it's good, and it's taken me away from ARMS, which I was enjoying. I do enjoy ARMS. There's not a lot of content there yet. It's basically grinding through the story mode with each character and unlocking arms and stuff. But it's good. But Zelda has really just, man, Zelda's so good.
Yes.
So, Ed, what have you been playing?
I've been playing Dragon Quest VIII still, getting a little bit further into that game. I'm almost 1/3 done with it. And I just got like to another continent. So with the part that I'm at, like once I beat this main person that they're fighting about, there's still more to the story. So, but where I'm at, that's just like 1/3 of the game. And I've been playing it for almost 2.5 weeks. Like I'm at 18 hours. I feel like, I got another 32 plus some hours to finish this game. So that's what I've been playing. And I'm thinking of jumping back into A Link Between Worlds. I was just looking at it on my 3DS and I was just like, ooh, I really want to play this. I'm like, I think I might actually try to find all the hearts, because I didn't get all the hearts on my first playthrough, but I want to do it on my second playthrough with this game. Even though this is not Nintendo related, Mass Effect Andromeda, but getting ready to hook up my Wii U is getting ready to start Star Fox Zero, Paper Mario, and get ready to do, like I said, tonight after this recording, probably like later on at around 10 o'clock, I'm gonna start doing Breath of the Wild and probably playing it like all night until maybe 7 a.m. in the morning. The joys of not going to work the next day.
Oh, I know. I can't wait, because this is the first week in probably a month that I've had 2 days off in the same week. So tomorrow I'm going to get a bunch of writing and stuff done, and hopefully some game playing tonight. Like I'm going to work on my blog and vlog series finally tomorrow. I'm really excited because, I'm caught up with everything for NGR in terms of the website and editing the videos and stuff. I just got to, I have to upload them and make sure they're attached to the website pages properly, but like that doesn't take any time at all. It takes like probably 20 minutes to get all the segments and stuff, and then editing the show as soon as we're done recording. But having tomorrow to just kind of sit back, play some Zelda, like just relax. And I just feel
Exactly.
like this is the week I'm going to get ahead on everything, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm just going to get ahead on everything. So
Exactly.
but man, I'm not looking at tomorrow as a holiday. I'm looking at it as a day off where I can just kind of just chill out and relax. And we got some hamburger meat and some black bean and corn salsa and some chips
Yes.
and some salad mix and some cheese, and we're just gonna be at home tomorrow. And I think there's some sort of parade that we want to take our nephews to around
Oh,
like 4:30. But after that, man, it's just like the rest of the day is just like relaxing. So
yeah. I'm going to my friend's house and I'm kicking it with him. Like, so I'm eating his mama's cooking. So I'm eating over there, and then we'll probably walk the beach, like walk the dog and get some ice cream and just ride around Wisconsin for a good while. I'm looking forward. Of course, I'm gonna have my 3DS with me, so I make sure that I get that charge. And in case something happens, I'll be like, well, dude, let me game, waste some time.
Yeah. I'm gonna be laying on the couch with my Switch trying to grind through that DLC. So that's the big plan for my celebrating America's birthday tomorrow. Well,
America.
today, yeah, America. But yeah, which is crazy because like tonight, actually, after I record, I'm going to my wife's friend and her husband are throwing a little firework party thing, and like they won't listen to this, so I don't really care. But like, I really don't want to go. But like, we're going to that and kind of just gonna relax and be together. So it's gonna be a good couple days. And then Wednesday, it's back to the grind, but it'll be all right because I'm off Thursday too, though. So
yeah,
we'll be able to watch the Splatoon Direct, which was just announced, and talk about that. And gosh, man, I really want to talk about our first topic.
Well, let's get into my first topic because this blew my mind.
Okay, so everybody knows, like a couple months ago at this point, we were talking about the possibility of Wii U ports and how bad we wanted Bayonetta, and Platinum was teasing Bayonetta, and then nothing came of it because I think there was a Nintendo Direct that week, and then we thought maybe we would see it there, and we didn't, teased, and then we saw the Direct before E3, no Bayonetta, except for I think the Amiibo, I think were announced in one of those, like the player 1 and 2 variants. And then we thought we would see it at E3. Well, we didn't, but we got Metroid, so that whatever.
Well, not E3. The countdown that was happening with Bayonetta, was going.
Oh, right.
So what ended up happening is that Bayonetta came to PC.
Right. That's what it was. I forgot. Gosh, I forgot about that. But like,
yes.
Now, Ed, why don't you get into this? Because I woke up to this message from you today.
Okay, so
which got me in the mood to be super excited all day.
So on Twitter today, Platinum Games posted a picture of Bayonetta, and it's a picture of Bayonetta 1 at the bottom, and her hair with her red guns. But on top of it, it's Bayonetta 2 design with a blue top. So the blue is sitting on the red. Now, you would think about in the corner it says Nintendo because of Bayonetta 2, and then it says Sega at the bottom. We're seeing that picture. So everybody is hinting at, could this be Bayonetta 3, or is Bayonetta 2 coming to Switch? We don't know yet. So Platinum posted this picture, and this is actually a beautiful picture. I really like it. I might make it my desktop. I'm gonna see if I can steal it. And so they have the colors of the Switch controllers. So that's why the blue one is at the top, the red one is at the bottom. So we're thinking Bayonetta, there's going to be a Bayonetta port to Switch. If not, because of the guns equaling 3, because Bayonetta 2 has 1 gun, and Bayonetta 2, the Bayonetta at the bottom, she has double barrels. So right. That could represent 3.
Yeah, and if you follow the platinum, the picture that Platinum liked was the Joy-Cons sitting on top of each other like this, right? You already said that. Yes. But if you follow that tweet thread, every image of a Switch or every mention of a Switch or every mention of Nintendo from whoever posted that picture, which what I think it is, I think it's the porting studio that's handling the Bayonetta ports to Switch, is what I personally think. Platinum Games has liked every single one of their tweets mentioning Nintendo, Switch, Bayonetta, or Platinum Games. They have liked every single one.
Would be because people missed out. For a lot of people missed out on Bayonetta 2, the combo pack. I mean, it's so well, it did good. But with Switch being just being a wild storm of fire, I think they could add more content, and probably more amiibo functionality, and we might actually get levels and ideas that got cut from the game. Because we don't know what.
You know what I would like to see, honestly? In the DMC remaster version, the tower. Like the tower, the multi-level tower. As you progress, it gets harder and harder and harder.
Yes,
that's what I want to see with Bayonetta 2's tight combat.
Well, what was that? In Bayonetta 2, they had that online,
right? The 2-player thing, like where the other player controlled the sidekick guy, right?
Yes,
the black guy that gave you all your weapons or whatever.
Yes, right. I would love to see, the tower, including that, like 2-player online. Yep. Just fix some things where all you have to do is just survive. Mm-hmm. Like no requirements, literally survive 50 levels, and it gets harder and harder.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's what I want. And if you beat if you beat Bayonetta 2 on hard, on the hardest difficulty or whatever, they do the Halo thing where they tease Bayonetta 3.
I just got life right now. You just literally, you took my pump and happiness to a whole nother level, because we're now we on the same level, but we just went up there. Yes. Come on, Platinum. You guys have got. If they do that, man, that would just add more to this awesome game. Bayonetta 2 is such a great game, and that port of Bayonetta 1 was a really good game too. So they could probably clean it up, make it I think also do the DMC style where they add a turbo mode and make it it's already fast, but make it a little bit faster. Yeah. I'm down for that.
Yeah. And gosh, now this is stop. I wish they would stop playing with my emotions, man.
Now,
okay, I'm looking at the image right now, and it's just
But the question now is, when do they release it? When do they, if they officially announce it, when does it get released?
September, maybe August.
September? Well, we got Mario and Rabbids. I don't think we got a Switch game for September.
Pokken Tournament and Super Nintendo are both coming in September.
And
what's the October game? Mario's the October game. So
And see,
I
Pokemon
would
stuff.
like,
I would.
yeah, like
I
right
would.
now would be the time to release it. Like, because there's not like I don't know. It's
But see, Splatoon.
they
I
missed the
say,
window. They
but see,
missed they
I,
missed
I,
the smart window.
I say, if they announce it, do it November, because even though we're gonna have Ultra Sun and Moon, we really don't have a big Switch game for that.
Xenoblade probably.
Xenoblade, I feel like it's gonna come in December.
And miss the holiday rush. Miss
Yep.
the Black Friday thing.
Yep.
So what would be released in November? I think you would have to do
that Bayonetta port with it.
If Xenoblade's going to be the big December game, then you put Fire Emblem Warriors and Bayonetta out 2 weeks apart in November. Is what I would do. So
yes. Because November only right now November only belongs to Call of Duty at this time, and Xbox
and Battlefront. And Battlefront. Doesn't Battlefront come out in November?
Okay, and OX comes out in November. But for Nintendo, dude, throw out like Bayonetta, Fire Emblem. I'm not saying that those are fill-in games, but those are I think those are two powerhouse titles.
They're complementary titles to Mario and Zelda.
Right.
They're not what you're going to lead a flagship console with, but they're good complementary titles, which, if you release complementary titles together, and if you market it and say you get 2 games for $60 with Bayonetta,
yes.
And there was a rumor floating around that since, Fire Emblem Warriors is coming to 3DS also, that it would be a budget title on Switch, a $40 title.
Uh-huh.
So if you put 3 games out for $100, I don't know if you're buying a Switch and you buy Mario and you're looking for more games to play, if you can get 3 more games for $100,
that's
a good
sweet.
deal. That's a sweet deal, especially games that are as good as Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2, and then I'm assuming Fire Emblem's going to sell well because it's Fire Emblem.
Because Nintendo's going to sell throughout the year. That's just a fact. They want to keep Mario by itself for October.
Yeah.
Mario's
got enough to go up against anyway in October because it's coming out on the same day as Wolfenstein and Assassin's Creed. And I know, I know Mario's a complete different audience, but a lot of people are going to want that. If you're buying the first person shooters during the holiday, Mario's hitting that itch where you're if you buy Wolfenstein and you want something different, you're going to buy Mario also.
Yeah. Because I and I'm sorry, everybody. I feel like Assassin's Creed doesn't have the power that it used to have. It's going a new route.
The only thing I can say about Assassin's Creed is it's coming from the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood team, and it's coming from the Black Flag team, which people that keep up like we do know that. Which would get people excited because those are the 2 games that get everybody excited about Assassin's Creed. It's Brotherhood, 2 and Brotherhood kind of go together, I guess, and Black Flag. I didn't buy the last 2 Assassin's Creeds, right? I didn't buy it. Syndicate.
No, I didn't either.
I got Syndicate for free as a gift. I played it for 2 hours and I was like, what is this garbage? And I stopped playing. And then Unity, with all those, I haven't played Assassin's Creed since Black Flag, so I personally am kind of excited for Assassin's Creed, but I would spend my money on 5 Nintendo games before I bought Assassin's Creed.
I think what's going to happen is, because this is just my idea, Assassin's Creed and Wolfenstein are going to be 2 games to wait for. Because of Bethesda's review policy. We'll wait for that and see how broken it. If it's coming to PC, we'll see how long it takes to patch that.
I think they're focusing on the PC version because Machine Games and id Software are big PC people, so those games are aimed at the PC crowd, I think.
Yeah, but there's the games that come on PC now lately has been broken. So
Fallout and Skyrim are always broken.
Yeah, and
I'm talking id specifically, Doom and Wolfenstein are PC games. Now Arcane, not necessarily a PC developer, which was why Dishonored seems broken on PC when it launched. So But anyways, sorry, we were just talking scheduling and we got sidetracked.
But Bayonetta. Yeah, you know what, Corey? I agree with you. I would be down for that. Bayonetta 2, Fire Emblem Warriors, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, because that's 4 games to go against Xbox OX, to go against Call of Duty.
And then you release Xenoblade in that first week of December.
Exactly, because that
probably what. I don't even think there's anything else coming out in December.
There's nothing in December, because people probably would be done with Mario and Rabbids by then, or they'll be getting that game for Christmas. Depending on how strong Destiny 2 is and its exclusive content, everybody who going to be done with should be done with Metroid Return of Samus, or they're getting it for Christmas. Pokken, that's going to be a big game, so people will be still playing that. Hopefully that comes to Evo next year, so people will be playing that. Pokemon Gold and Silver, that's a good game. So like Destiny 2 has to fight against 3 Nintendo games already. So you know, and just October with that, like I think Nintendo got a good arsenal, not Arsenal X.
They've got shameless plug, Arsenal X, our Xbox show. Please go check it out. Download it on some day this week. So,
but like they're ready to go to the war this holiday season, and definitely Sony doesn't have nothing to offer. That's just my personal opinion.
Well, it's not an opinion. The only first party game they have coming out besides Gran Turismo is the Uncharted budget title,
and Neck too. You know, Sony doesn't have they have a great 2018 for whatever they're releasing, just not a strong 2017. No, OX. Yeah, they'll be releasing some great titles, but Nintendo is hitting you with almost, if we look at it right now, that's almost 10 plus strong titles from August till December. And we haven't even included indie games, and we haven't even included Splatoon 2 and its DLC content. So
yeah, I mean, we haven't even included like people who are getting Switches for holiday, like all the games that are coming out now. It's like okay, it's almost like a relaunch of the system, and we're like, hey, buy the system for Christmas, and look, we've already got all these games here ready for you to play. And the smart thing is like Zelda has the big DLC drop in the holiday, and then you got all these consistent multiplayer games in Mario Kart, ARMS, Pokken, Splatoon that are getting Pokken will be the fighting game crowd, like that'll fit that niche. And then you got ARMS, which is getting free DLC for at least a year, and then you got Splatoon 2, which is getting, the free DLC. So like you'll have so much content by the time you get a Switch for Christmas. That's like, man, there are too many games to buy. So
and like we haven't added the fact of limited edition new 3DSs and new 2DSs, and games come for that system like Pikmin and stuff. We haven't even factored that in. If they keep a good quantity of Super NES, if that flow and that demand it continues to be met, the supply is actually being met, that's more bank for Nintendo. So they're strong. They're coming ready for 2017.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I mean, even early 2018, right?
Yes.
So like, I mean, we've talked about it a ton. It's like there's just so many games that Nintendo's almost putting out too much, because they want to make sure that, the big complaint with them the last 2 generations is that Nintendo's first party was few and far between, right?
Yes.
They're definitely making sure that doesn't happen now.
Right.
So that's, it's a good time to be a Nintendo gamer. And like, if you squeeze Bayonetta in this year, like,
yes.
The only thing is like, the only thing I could see is it coming out in early September. but I would not want to put it out in September to go up against everybody trying to buy the Super Nintendo Mini and Pokken, which, Pokemon sells like crazy. And if, you
Right.
get, that whole thing. So,
Right.
That's
the platinum at Corey's idea of a tower, because it's already a guaranteed sale. Even if I don't own my Switch yet, if they put it out in September, I'm walking into my store and be like, I want this. If you don't get it, if you do not get a copy the day that comes out, it's going to be a problem. Right. People was just like, I don't know, I want the double pack. The double pack is sold out. You should have been here when it first came out. So
yeah, yep. That's man, I'm super pumped right now.
Dude, you literally got me hyped with that idea.
Like, look, I mean, like, if you have that many games coming out and then you're adding if you're adding Bayonetta to the arsenal that you're already killing it with, like, yeah.
Like, you're adding
the only other thing is like, if you're setting up January, February, March, April, like, they're gonna have probably Yoshi and Kirby.
Yes.
In that March, April, in Fire Emblem's coming Q1, like first half of next year too. So if you're setting up, so it's like Kirby in February, Yoshi in March, Fire Emblem in April, or in that kind of thing. Like, you could easily slide Bayonetta and Bayonetta 2 into that January slot also.
So if not this year because of too many games, you hold it to next year.
Yep. Because people are going to have money after Christmas with gift cards and that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah,
I could see it slipping into that January slot real nicely because Nintendo doesn't have anything there in their lineup for next year so far. Starting 2018 off with Bayonetta 2, down for that. Yeah.
Yep. Literally down for that.
So, yep. Gosh, we are just, man, we should run Nintendo.
No. That's too much pressure. That's too much pressure.
Oh man. Okay, so we talked a lot about Bayonetta 2. So we're gonna actually transition to a similar topic where Forbes kind of came out with this article that said, porting Wii U games to Switch could possibly be a detriment to the system. And I didn't read the whole article, but what it sounded like is kind of what we've been discussing, and I kind of want to have this discussion. Is like, personally, I want every Wii U game to be ported to the Switch so I can just have them all in one place. But like, in terms of the scope of what they're trying to do with the Switch, like, there are some Wii U games that would fit perfectly on the Switch, either in a deluxe version or a pseudo sequel. Like, Mario Maker comes to mind. Like, if there's going to be a Mario Maker on Switch, and it could be a deluxe port of the Wii U version, which, I would be okay with. I don't think it's going to be called Mario Maker 2. I think they want to keep that that community kind of focused and together, where you're going to be able to import levels from the Wii U version, or people that create the levels on the Wii U version.
Those codes that they posted still works on the Switch. And they can still add the graphics to Super Mario Brothers 2, because that's what everybody wants. Like, I
want Mario 2 all the way. I mean, I still say this. Like, I know it's not the best Mario game, but Mario 2 is my favorite. It's the first Mario game I played. It's the first one that, my parents bought me. And then my cousin later gave me Mario 1 and Duck Hunt. I was like, what is this garbage? Mario 2 is so much better. That was a little kid saying that. Don't come at me saying Mario Brothers is awful, because I like the first Mario Brothers. But, I don't want to see, like, obviously we're getting Super Mario Galaxy. I don't want a port of Super Mario 3D World. I would like to see a sequel someday.
Yes.
With new level designs and new ideas, because I think that is the perfect amount of Mario for me. It gives you that 3D space to run around in, but still gives you that, 2D style, let's get through the level, let's get to the flagpole and move on to the next challenge. Like
Yes.
that type of Mario works for me. I'm not the biggest like I don't know how you say this. It's I like Mario. I appreciate what Mario does, and like Galaxy is obviously amazing. You know, and Super Mario 64 is one of my favorite games of all time, but Mario 64 to an extent gave you that 3D world feeling, but only in the same areas. Like you do an objective, it kicks you out, and then you go in to do the next one type feel. Right. But Super Mario 3D World is probably, I mean, we discussed this on our top 25 Wii U games episode. It's our favorite Wii U game. Like that game is amazing.
I feel like that game is perfect. And just like you, it doesn't need to be ported. Well, for one, we got Mario Odyssey. That's fine. I agree with you. If they're gonna do a new Mario game in that gameplay mechanic, go ahead and do it too. Like Super Mario 3D World is perfect the way that it came out, and it doesn't need to me personally, it doesn't need a second chance. Because it's just too good in this so tight. Like even if they did bring it out, and plus right now it's only $20 on Wii, on Wii U. So I mean, it's so a million, I believe. It did what it needed to do. So you don't need that game to do any more on Switch. You could say that same thing about Mario Kart DX. I mean, like Mario Kart 8, but Mario Kart 8 added a lot of stuff and gave a lot of value, and that people are still playing. It re-energized them to play a Mario Kart game. As for this, they'd be like, well, I have Odyssey, so I wouldn't need to return to it. And plus it's cheaper on the past generation system. So yeah, I understand where to get it from.
Yeah. So like, I mean, there are games though that deserve to be ported or, get some sort of sequel or like, here's the discussion we were having. Porting Wii U games to the Switch is not going to be a detriment to Nintendo's first party because we see companies port old games to new systems all the time. Tomb Raider, Devil May Cry, Master Chief Collection, Uncharted Collection, Last of Us Remastered. We see
Halo.
these. Borderlands. Like we see these collections come all the time. Like it wouldn't be anything new. It would just be different because we don't see a lot of like quote major third-party support for Nintendo. So all we would be seeing is Nintendo first-party ports, which at a passing looks weird, but like it's no different than what we do on Xbox or PlayStation anyway. I mean, we
even PC.
Right. PC ports get upgraded all the time. Like, my friend got an Xbox One and he loves BioShock, so he bought the BioShock collection. Like, you're telling me that's different than if, they port it, like, that's different than Breath of the Wild or Mario Kart, or Pokken soon,
Right.
So I don't know. I just have a problem with people complaining about getting good games on newer hardware because A, it helps preservation. B, the Switch is obviously more popular than the Wii U seemingly right now, right? So you're getting you're reaching a new audience by reaching the people who didn't get a Wii U.
Right.
And C, it's Nintendo first party games. Who cares? Right. Like Nintendo first party is so polished and so fun that like I don't know, man.
If they could go back and fix the problems that people criticize and add more content that didn't get used and give you a good value of it. PS4 owners got Call of Duty Modern Warfare remaster, and they gotta still buy the DLC.
Yeah.
Where's
why isn't anybody complaining about that?
About that? And you worried about a Wii U port going to the Switch system? People want if they could play that great game on the go, why not? If they can introduce more people to that game on the go, why not?
Yeah. I mean, it's weird because like some of these games, like, I don't understand. Like there are games that deserve to be played, and I don't want these games to be stuck on a platform that is out of print or whatever, and B, nobody bought. It's the same reason why we want GameCube Virtual Console so bad, is because a lot of those games are stuck on that platform, and it's really hard to play those games right now.
Right.
Sure, they did a couple Wii ports of like Metroid Prime and Resident Evil and stuff like that, but like, so a lot of those games we really want to play again. Like Luigi's Mansion is a perfect example. You know,
you literally only have two options to play that game: at an arcade by Capcom or on the GameCube.
Right.
That's it.
Right. And like, it's the same thing with Wii U right now. Is like, I would love to. I was having a conversation with friend of NGR, Frank Clark. Right. He's everywhere. Right. We were having a conversation the other day about how it's less about having games on the system, where it's like the Switch is the perfect system to have all of Nintendo's first party stuff on the go at some point,
Right.
Like, it's about having Nintendo's legacy with you at all times. And, it worked a little bit with the 3DS, with Super Nintendo and Nintendo, but like, once we can get like Mario 64 or Sunshine or Metroid Prime on the go, like, that's going to be huge. And that's the same thing with the Wii U games.
And like we talked about, like in past episodes, like I mentioned, that micro SD card, that's good business for people who are selling it, because people are going to be buying those past games. That's more money for Nintendo. If I could get the whole Pikmin collection on Switch,
yeah, like if they release Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 on a cart, and like 6 months to a year before Pikmin 4 comes out.
And if they even did a little bit extra and did motion control for Pikmin 1 and 2, are you think anyone is gonna complain about that? To have those two good games definitely with the beautiful Pikmin 3 on the go? Dude, think of how many think of people playing that game on a long flight.
Yeah.
That game would take up time to be like, oh, okay, I finished this. Oh, I'm done with my flight.
Yeah, like, look, I went on vacation in May, that first week of May, and the Switch helped so much to pass the time, and like, I had battery charges and everything, so I could keep playing, and like, having Zelda and Mario Kart with me, and some of the other games like Shovel Knight and some of these other ones, like, having these games on the go with me really helps pass the time when you're on trips and stuff. And like, there are classic games people want to have in the car with them, and the only way to get them is illegally with one of those Google Smart Chat Pad things, those things that were floating around that kind of look like 3DSs, where the screen flips up and it plays ROMs of old games. And it's like, that's not how I want to treat Nintendo, right? That's not
right.
So it's, I don't know. It stresses me out, man.
But it's, you know what? Nintendo is going to be Nintendo. Give us the Wii U ports that you guys decide to give to us better than they were. Hey, even if you guys bring Star Fox Zero and you decided to do something different with the controls and stuff, I'll be down for that. But hey, continue to bring great games. Continue to give me those Wii U ports if you need to. Make your money, Nintendo. Mm-hmm. Don't let no opinionated article like that, because guess what? If you put it out and people are going to buy it, it all works out for Nintendo, and it all works out for the gamer. Yeah.
I would love to have every Wii U game come to Switch, but that's just me, and that's like, I really just want that so I can kind of put my Wii U away, because there's still games I want to play on my Wii U. Like, I need to finish Tokyo Mirage Sessions, and that's a game that's sitting on my shelf staring at me that I need to finish, and I'm planning on finishing it before Mario and Rabbids comes out, because that's the next game I'm really going to sink my teeth into. I would like to have Xenoblade 1 and X on Switch so I can have the whole collection sitting next to each other, right? It's not about Nintendo needs to have games on this platform. It's about allowing players the option and allowing players to have that legacy with them at all times, depending on no matter how they want it, it's available to them. Even if even if they decided to make these $30 digital downloads only, I would be okay with that too. I would just like to have Nintendo's legacy with me at all times, and the Switch is totally capable of doing that. So
yes,
that's kind of my opinion. But to get back to the article, what its point was like, it could be a detriment to the system if they port too many. I don't think so, but I also think that there are really smart ports they could do, and probably some that we don't need. So I don't know. Mario Maker is a good one. Smash Brothers is obviously going to be a deluxe version.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker. People still want that game.
Yeah. And I would almost say hey, just make me a sequel to Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker, and I'd be okay with that. Give me 100 new puzzles to solve. So,
right.
I mean, it's weird because the attach rate to the Wii U games, a lot of them, even though the system didn't sell well, are higher than most other first party titles from other companies. And there's a way to gauge that.
Yes.
To see these games are what are popular and what worked. Bayonetta missed a big audience because the niche that it fits into, who owned a Wii U, was much smaller. But I feel like the Switch is gaining ground and getting that other gamer in, so it would allow them to make more money to fund Bayonetta 3.
Bayonetta 2 got backlash because it was exclusive to Nintendo.
Yeah.
So that was the only reason. That was the only reason why. Because the thing about it is, if people really gave Bayonetta a chance, they would understand why it got Game of the Year. But because people were so reluctant on playing it and buying a Nintendo console for it, it was their loss. So Bayonetta didn't really suffer that bad, because the people at Platinum, they still work with Nintendo, and they were really happy with the product that they make. And surprisingly, people were shocked on how much love Bayonetta 2 got, and still to this very day is getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's man, Bayonetta 2 is so good, man. It's I put away a lot of the Wii U games that I wasn't playing to make room on my shelf for other dumb stuff. But I kept a select few Wii U games out because I want to go back and play them someday, or finish some of them, like Tokyo Mirage Sessions, or maybe even Xenoblade X someday.
I need to finish this.
Bayonetta 2 is definitely the one that I kept out. It's an important game, and it needs to be played. That's all I have to say. So, yeah. Anyways.
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so our final topic of the day comes in the form of ARMS getting its first DLC character next month. This news came out a couple weeks ago, but I feel like it's kind of important to talk about now that the game is out and people are enjoying it. It seems to be getting a better reception than initially anticipated, which is normal for most Nintendo games at this point. But
yes.
What is this character's name? I had the article up and I missed it.
Is it Brass Man?
It's Max Brass, and he is a character who has brass armor. So he looks pretty cool. I think they said they're going to try to release a new character every 2 months. I think they said, and new modes every month, new events. Kind of it's similar to what Splatoon did, right? Where they're releasing new maps and stuff for free. New modes and everything. So the announced via Nintendo's Twitter account, the game will be receiving its first DLC character, Max Brass, next month. From the screenshots, blah, 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 Max Brass, who acts as the boss from the game's Grand Prix mode, looks to be able to transform from an average build, average speed fighter to a bulking brute. His default fists have some sort of purple energy surrounding them, which could hint at some sort of elemental aspect to his attacks, which could also be applied to other arms in the future. He also has a fist where his hair should be. So, interesting. So basically, he's a fighter that can transform depending on your fighting style with some elemental attacks, which is cool, which is a cool dynamic that I think the game could benefit from. So if you add strengths and weaknesses similar to what Pokemon does to your fighters, like strategy could get real interesting there, or like, you know, some elements could slow other characters down, some of them could put them in stasis, some of them could be do more damage, like stuff like that. So it's cool. I'm glad this game seems to be taking off. Sales numbers said that in its launch month, it did better than Tekken and Street Fighter 5 in its launch. So that's huge. Like Tekken and Street Fighter are huge franchises, and then Nintendo comes out with this weird, like over the shoulder fighter, kind of like, you know, really different from Tekken and Street Fighter. You know, it's a head-on view of your fighting instead of, you know, the 3D plane of Tekken. You know, it's this really weird fighter, and it did better than both of them on launch day combined.
Wow.
Did better in launch month. Like, that's amazing for a new fighting IP.
Well, Pokken beat Street Fighter 5 when it came out.
Right. That was a huge story then, you know.
And then to hear that Tekken, the Tekken 7, like, did that bomb that hard?
Well, I think Tekken 7 was a wait and see thing, and it's getting really, really good reviews. It's one of those things where, like, it's the same situation that Mortal Kombat had probably, you know, 7 or 8 years ago before Mortal Kombat 9 came out and really reinvigorated the franchise. Where, like, Tekken has kind of been down in the last, like, 2 or 3 entries. You know, it wasn't what fans wanted or anything, and it really just kind of... They really just reinvented the wheel with this one and kind of brought it back in a big way. So I feel like Tekken will have legs in its sales numbers. But yeah, initially those sales were down, you know. So
I really wonder how it's going to look. So, because I think Injustice 2 is leading.
Right, Injustice 2 is leading by far.
So then Arms 2. I'm assuming Tekken 7, and then, well, because we haven't got Pokken yet, and then so I know some of the Neo Geo fighters, like the arcade series. I don't know the numbers for that, but like for like physical retail release, I think that's probably the standard right now for fighters.
Yeah,
Dragon Ball Fighter Z does, and we'll see how Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity does.
Yeah, I feel like Marvel vs. Capcom is going to just fail miserably because people are really mad that the X-Men aren't in it. Like, people are really mad because, I mean, that franchise started with the X-Men, right?
Yes.
B, that demo that they released did not help at all. Have you played that demo?
Yeah, I played it.
It's terrible. Like, honestly, it's terrible. The voice acting is terrible. The animation is terrible. The lag in the inputs is terrible. Like, and everybody said the E3 build was better, which, you know, I believe it is, but like, still, people are comparing screenshots to Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on PS4 and Xbox One, and are totally just saying, go ahead and buy that one because it's way better.
Right. It feels like they stripped it down.
Yeah.
And I don't know the explanation for it. I don't know if they like actually give an explanation for it, but it's been very stripped down from the 3 versus 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people got to realize that this was only a story mode. There wasn't no versus mode or anything, or like exhibition or anything. This was just like pure story mode. So you really didn't fight anybody besides like robots. So it really could have been just like a regular beat 'em up game.
Yeah. So it's super interesting. Okay, so I found the article. ARMS launch outperforms the combined total of Street Fighter and Tekken 7. Out in the UK yesterday suggests, at least in the context of sales, ARMS was a bit of an underperforming game compared to Mario Kart and Zelda. A lot of people expected that. Healthy, outdoing 1-2 switch. But for a fighting game, however, ARMS punches way above its weight class. Then later below, Street Fighter 5 and Tekken 7 launch weeks combined 100.72 thousand units. So 100,726 units. ARMS launch week 100,000. Hold on, I can't speak. 100,852 units. So that's huge.
Yes.
ARMS outsold Tekken and Street Fighter 5. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to mumble over those numbers. I was staring at the numbers and I just drew a blank on how to read. So yeah, those are the first numbers across the board. That was launch week. So, I mean, I'm sure ARMS is doing way better now. I mean, fighting games are usually a niche thing, but still, to see Nintendo come out, no pun intended, come out swinging and taking down Tekken and Street Fighter.
And
pretty impressive.
Like when more switches get in and it gets closer to the holiday, those numbers will rise up, because I've been telling people about ARMS, and people really enjoying it, how easy it is, like a pick up and play and stuff. So all of that will eventually pick up. I know a lot of people will be like, well, my kids shouldn't play violent and stuff. I'm like, this is more of an exercise game than it is being violent. I'm like, and you have different control methods to play this game.
Yeah, it's I've been playing. I played with motion controls, and if you like motion controls, it works, right? It's not gimmicky like the Wii. It actually works. If you actually curve your arms, like your physical arms, that your in-game arms curve, and then you can steal your arms. But I've been playing with the Pro controller. I would rather play games with a controller. And it works well also. Nintendo is taking feedback, and I know a lot of people want to use the right and left joysticks to control the arms, like your character's arms, so you don't have to use motion controls. And there is supposedly a patch coming for that in the near future. So that's that. If they do that, I think ARMS will probably sell way more units in if it starts controlling with the controller as well as it does with the motion controls. So yes, that's the ARMS talk. Speaking of ARMS, I want to give a shout out to Antonio Guillen, who started his new podcast, Switch Talk. Their first episode was on ARMS.
Yeah, I just subscribed to it today, so I'm finished watching it.
Thanks, Antonio. Your Switch Talk show has more views than anything we've put up on NGR so far. So thanks. But seriously, congratulations, man. We got to get you on Pow Blocks at some point to talk some Switch and stuff like that. So he's really busy this week and next week. I think he said he was moving. So, but in the next month or so, we'll get him on to. Yeah, something. I don't know. Maybe I just made that up. Sorry, Antonio, if I made up the fact that you're moving. Maybe you're not moving.
He probably
I don't know.
Moving.
But yeah, in the next, 3 or 4 weeks or so, we'll have him on. We were supposed to have Jamie on from Life of Gaming today, but my work schedule got just blown out of the water. So we're gonna try to have him on Friday's episode. So,
yay!
Check out his shows, Life of Gaming and Xbox Dive. Those are the shows he's currently doing. We got to get Brant on here now that he's rekindled his love with Nintendo with the Switch.
Yes,
we got to get a lot of people on the show, Ed. It's time to start bringing in people.
Yes.
Not that I don't enjoy our one-on-ones. I do.
But diversity creates good conversation. And I love that.
Exactly.
Because I gotta come on optional opinion.
Yeah.
And some other guests, because I have to have my discussion on Rhyme. But I think I'm holding the Rhyme discussion until Switch comes out, and then depending on who all play, I'll have that discussion by then.
Yeah. I really need Rhyme to come out now for Switch. It's time. It's time for Rhyme.
It's Corey, I will say this. This is a portable game that you need headphones for.
Yeah.
I'm
going to play it on TV. I'm playing it on TV.
Oh, the soundtrack is literally, you just need to put your headphones on and listen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think Switch owners is getting the good deal at the end of, the good end of the stick, or whatever that the saying is. Just because they're paying $10 more, I'm paying double dipping this for this game when I get my Switch. I'm paying the $40. If I get a physical copy, because this is a game that, even though it's easy, you'll be able to get through it. The soundtrack is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, it's on the level of Breath of the Wild, and I'm fighting to see who is taking. I think Breath of the Wild got the best soundtrack, probably.
Are you talking about soundtrack or like game?
Oh, Breath of the Wild altogether is a perfect 10. That where I don't even touch Breath of the Wild. Rhyme like a week after it came out.
Yeah, man, I'm so excited right now. I'm so excited right now.
We're still talking about Breath of the Wild and its content. We just had an earlier discussion about it on the show.
I know.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild dominates 2017. That's. I'm sorry, everybody. So.
Oh man, we're going to be talking about Breath of the Wild for a long time.
Yes.
We've got to talk about the DLC more when it comes out. We've got to talk about it in the holiday season. I know we're going to have a big discussion on it, on a Game of the Year discussion.
Yes.
On this show and on NGR, which you're going to be on. So prepare
of course.
There's a lot going on, and Zelda is Breath of the Wild is an Ocarina of Time caliber, changing the landscape of video games type of game.
Yes. I think it changed 2017 altogether.
Yeah. It's one of those games that's going to change the future of gaming, and that's what makes me so excited about Metroid Prime 4 and Mario Odyssey. Is I feel like this is going to be that year, the GameCube. Like, this is going to be the even better GameCube, where we got an awesome Mario game, an awesome Metroid game, and awesome Zelda game. Like, just all right there, just packed it on this little screen.
I was just thinking about this. This is 2014 for me all over again. It literally is, because hot games came out almost every month, and then when it got to the end of the year, it was just like, just roll the red carpet out for Nintendo, and starting with with Resident Evil 7, going into Horizon, going into the games with the Switch release and everything in March, with Breath of the Wild being leading, and it continuing on year alone. I probably say would be like there has to be like 30 games for Game of the Year, like nominations. Like you cannot, you can't put it on just one little thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we shall see when it comes to that time. But yeah, Breath of the Wild automatically takes it.
Yeah. Yes. So, all right. Well, I think that's going to wrap up this episode of Nintendo Power Block. I mean, I could go for another hour talking Nintendo, just whatever, shooting the breeze with my bro Ed. But like I said earlier, I have a prior engagement, womp womp, later tonight. So remember, Power Block is coming out now daily on YouTube, and Tuesdays and Fridays in your ears. Ed, where can we find you?
You guys can find me on Twitter at @BretcherCode, and you can hear my podcast, Optional Opinion, on SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and also part of NGR Radio. So you can check that out also. You also can check out my other podcast, World 1 Podcast, at shopengine.com. We just actually talked to the developers, or the creators, I should say, AM2R, and we had such a fun chat. So you guys could check that out at Shop Engine and also on NGR Radio.
I'm so mad that I missed that episode. Like,
it was a ball of fun, dude. Literally a ball of fun.
I want to talk to those dudes so bad, and like. Larry messaged me. He's like, "Hey, you coming on tonight?" I'm like, "I want to so bad, but we have dinner plans, and I just want to talk Metroid with these guys." Like,
yes.
and this is like what, the second time you guys have talked to them, and I'm like, like I want to talk to them, and I just want to like pick their brain on like, I mean, like you guys, you got go listen to the episodes talking to AM2R guys. Like, yes. I just want to pick their brain. Why Metroid 2? Why not, like try to do a Super Metroid expansion or Super Metroid 2, or like why Metroid 2? It's just this weird anomaly of a Metroid game where like it's, until this fall it was stuck on the Game Boy in the nasty seaweed green and yellow colors, and like I just want to talk to them. And like,
yes.
Fun fact, by the way, so the creator of Metroid also designed the 4 different color palettes on the Game Boy Color for original Game Boy games, and one of them was specifically tuned to Metroid 2, to where Samus was wearing the yellow and red suit, and the world was light blue and dark blue, and the Metroids were also yellow and red.
Wow!
Fun fact. So if you have a Game Boy Color lying around, press down in B, I think, like as soon as you turn the Game Boy on with Metroid 2 in it, and it should be in like NES style Metroid colors.
Nice.
Yeah, I was.
But yeah.
So I was reading. Sorry, I know we got to get out of here. But like, I was reading about that because I was wondering why the Game Boy Color had 4 different color palettes, and like, it was because he designed it because people have different favorite Metroid suits and colors, and he wanted to give a little homage to Metroid, and I played Pokemon that way, and I played something else that way, I forget. So
you guys can read The Moment at skirmishforce.com, my optional opinion blogs at ign.com under anime ENIME, and also read my blogs here at NGR Radio. I'm trying to get done with Mass Effect Andromeda, so hopefully I could get a review up for you guys later on. And I still got my surprise blog that will be coming later on this week, so I do hope you guys be able to check it out.
Yeah. Okay, so you can find me at Corey and HD on Instagram and Twitch. I'm going to start streaming a little bit soon. I'm going to start making a streaming schedule and try to live stream the shows that we're recording and stuff like that.
Yes.
I'm working on the NGR Radio Twitch page right now. So if you want to subscribe early or follow us early, twitch.tv/NGR Radio. This page is there. There's no logo or anything yet. I just wanted to make sure we got that situated. You can find me on NGR Radio. You can find me and Ed on Arsenal X. I've decided that the audio version of Arsenal X is going to come out on Thursdays. And Nerds Gone Platinum on Wednesdays, Pow Block Tuesdays and Fridays, and then World 1 and NGR on Mondays. So we have at least one major show going up every day. And then we have 2 on Monday. And eventually, once, we get the Destiny show rolling again, which, by the way, is going to be a seasonal show. If we have nothing to talk about, we're not going to have an episode. Like, those first 10 to 12 weeks, we'll have lots to talk about. And then, in the fall, we'll talk about it, and then we'll cut it. And if there's something big, we'll post an episode. But like, that show's going to be seasonal. And then in the spring, we'll have another 12 to 15 episodes. And then the next fall, when an expansion comes out, we'll have 12. Like, that's kind of the routine we want to get in with that show. So we've got an arsenal of shows, Ed. I'm very proud.
Yes.
I'm very proud. We've done a lot of back end work and a lot of talking and things. And, we've got the brew review going up on Sundays now on ngrradio.com. So good times, Ed. We are podcasting.
Woo!
I don't know. What do we call?
Podcasting pyrotechnics. Podcast gurus.
I don't know. We're something.
We're podcasters.
I love you. I love Pow Block, and I love the episode that we did of Arsenal X.
Yes.
I have submitted the feeds to iTunes and Google Play and Shout Engine. So all that is working for us. Like, I am so proud of us, Ed. Like, I'm so proud of us. So I don't need to keep saying that on the show. So I guess thank you guys so much for watching, and we will have a Friday episode this week. So thank you so much for watching, listening, all that good stuff. NGRradio.com. Until next time. Good luck.
We out, everybody. Do-do-do-do.